Hello friends, I am going to give a speech on cashless economy and BIM app. This is an article about the concept of a society which no longer uses cash for the Southern African band. See, cashless society band. A cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial transactions are not conducted with the money in the form of physical banknotes or coins, but rather through the transfer of digital information, usually on electronic representation of money between the transacting parties. Cashless societies have existed based on barter and other methods existed based on the barter and other methods of exchange, and cashless transactions have also become used in digital currencies such as Bitcoin. However, this discusses and focuses on the term cashless society in the sense of a move towards an implication of a society where cash is replaced by its digital equivalent. In the other word, legal tender money is recorded and is exchanged only in electronic digital form. Such a concept has been discussed widely, particularly because the world is experiencing a rapid and increasing use of digital methods of recording, managing and exchanging money in commerce, investment and daily life in many parts of the world. And transactions which would historically have been undertaken with cash are often now undertaken electronically. Some countries now set limits on transaction and transacting values for which non-electronic payment may be legally used. The trend towards use of non-cash transaction and settlement began in daily life during the 1990s when electronic banking became popular. By the 2010, digital payment methods have been spread in many countries, with examples including intermediaries such as PayPal, digital wallet systems. The digital wallet system operated by companies like Apple, contactless and NFC payment by electronic card or smartphone, and electronic bills and bankings, all in widespread use. By the 2010, cash had become actively disfavored in some kinds of transaction which would historically have been a very large cash amount were in some situations treated with suspicion due to its versatility and ease of use in money laundering and financing of terrorism, and actively prohibited by some suppliers and retailers, to the point of coining the expression of a war on cash. By 2016 in UK, it is now reported that 1 in 7 people no longer carries cash. It has also been described as highly controversial at a time, a sinister or creepy move. Since such a move would be both potentially useful and potentially socially dangerous with widespread implication for society, it has potential to be very helpful for central governments and economies in the context of global negative inflation and quantitative easing and central control of the money supply. However, loss of cash also transfers complete control of transaction, interest and individual use of money, and information about these to the nation state and third party providers. Since the individual cannot avoid their money being held in an external system capable of regulation and control, while helpful to the global economy and to fight against the crime and terrorism. Many concerns have been raised over dangerous unintended consequences would mean that negative interest rates can be fully enforced and money could be controlled in great detail. For example, some kinds of money might be set to expire and be worthless if not spent in specific way by specific times, or to devalue gradually. It also makes individual savings and information about the individual incomes to access the records, either legitimately police and tax related or not, hackers and persons with access to relevant data, and in this it facilitates population surveillance. It also means the group of individuals and causes could be deprived of cash by the simple expedient of preventing their access to cashless transaction media. BIM, Bharat Interface for Money, is a mobile app developed by the National Payments Corporation of India (NPCI) based on the Unified Payment Interface. It was also launched by Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, at DigiDan program at Talkatore Stadium in New Delhi on 30th December 2016. It has been named after Bhimrao Ambedkar and is intended to facilitate e-payments directly through bank, and as part of the 2016 Indian bank note demonetization and to drive towards cashless transaction. The UPI app supports all Indian banks which use that platform, which is built over the immediate payment service infrastructure and allows the user to instantly transfer money between the bank accounts of any two parties. It can be used on all mobile devices. BIM allows users send or receive money to other UPI payment addresses or scanning QR code or account number with IFSC code or MMID, mobile money in identifier code to user who do not have a UPI based bank account. BIM allows user to check current balances in their bank account and to choose which bank account to use for conducting transaction, although one can be active at any time. User can create their own QR code for fixed amount of money, which helpful in merchant seller buyer transaction. They can also have one or more than one payment. BIM allows the users or send or receive money to the other UPI payment addresses or scanning QR code account with number with IFSC code or MMID, mobile money identifier. Thank you.